welcome back to rcFoamFighters for part 2 of the FF-Sabre Warrior project. Basically it's moving along pretty good, and actually I got some good news and I actually got some bad news. Basically the good news is I've got the plane pretty much done and ready for the maiden flights. But the bad news was that one of my SD cards for the video camera kind of went bad, so I lost some of the video of the construction of it. So unfortunately we're going to be jumping forward to where the plane's already done. So actually we're going to miss out on the painting of the airplane and also when I was doing the glide test of the plane. Sorry about that, guys. We'll make sure we cover that. Actually I'm going to be building another one of these FF-Sabre Warriors here pretty soon because there's some changes that need to be made to it that I found out on the maiden flights. But basically let's take a look at the plane, what I have now, and then after that we'll take a look at the maiden flight. Alright guys, like I said, we're jumping quite a bit forward now with the plane. It's pretty much completed, and I already did one maiden flight, which we'll show here shortly. But let's take a closer look. As you can see, I did a basic camouflage paint job on it. I used the Testers brand model paint for it, that's foam safe. I used the aircraft dark gray color that they sell for the lighter shade here. And then the darker shade of gray, that was just a gray primer. And I also just got some flat black for some of the black accents. The motor installed on this plane is the 2400 kV version of the Monster Jet. Now I'm going to be running on a 4S LiPo pack with a 6.5.5 prop. Currently the ESC is a 60 amp Turnigy Plush that I've got kind of just packed in there. Hopefully it'll get some airflow through the front of the air scoop coming through there and over the ESC. Alright guys, here's a quick view of the bottom of the FF-Sabre Warrior. As you can see, I've got servo just kind of hot glued on each side for the ailerons. And also there's a third servo hot glued on for the elevator at the back. I did do some glide tests with this model, the full scale model here, actually right before I put all the electronics in. And I added weight to it until it started gliding pretty good. And the CG was coming out roughly around right here on the main wing. So that's where I tried to get it balanced with all the electronics in it. This did appear to be kind of a little bit of a problem getting the proper CG. So I had to get the weight as far forward as possible. So for the test flight, it's going to be kind of ugly. I've got the battery hanging all the way out the front of the air scoop. And this is a fairly large battery. It's a 2650 4S LiPo pack. So I think I'm going to have to do some overall modifications to the plan as it is now. Try to reduce a little bit of the weight in the back and also make it so I can get the battery more concealed inside the plane. But anyway, let's get out to the park and I'll show you how the maiden flight went.
You're on.
Alright guys, got the FF-Sabre Warrior all put together. I'm running a Grayson Hobbies Monster Jet with the 6.5.5 prop, and I'm going to be running it on a 4S pack. This original design, this is just going to be a test bed. When building, I found the CG was kind of hard to get. So actually right now it's kind of ugly. I got the battery hanging out the front of the nose. I'm going to be going back and redesigning this plane a little bit, but I think this will be a good test bed to test out the actual configuration of the wing and stuff like that. Hopefully this goes good, and if it goes good, I'll modify it and then work on the final plans. So wish me luck. Let's go for it.
All right, and it is a little bit windy out today. How's the CG feel?
I think I'm a little tail heavy. That or is that the wind?
It could be the wind, man. But usually you need a little bit more nose weight in the wind. Dang, man, that thing looks like a cruise is pretty good. How does it feel?
A little tail heavy. Feels pretty good, actually. Woo. Yeah, it's pretty windy up there. You feel it blowing it around a little bit.
You need to trim it out at all, Paul?
Yeah, I'm looking tail heavy. Yeah.
You want to bring it in and add a little nose weight? Got a stutter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely tail heavy, I think.
Well, remember, you might be having like vectored thrust too from that thing. with that elevator right behind the prop. Do a glide test. They'll tell you.
Yeah, it's going up, definitely hard up.
As soon as you let go of the sticks,
Yeah.
it wants to nose up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, this thing's gonna need some work to get the CG issues figured out. Yeah, it's pulling up definitely hard.
Might be a
That
good
thing
high
does
alpha
have like
plane.
vector thrust though. Look at that.
Dang. That's insane, dude. I'm gonna say it might be a good high alpha airplane.
Yeah.
So what's the stall speed on that then?
I'm not sure right now with the way that it's pulling up. If I back off the throttle, see like that, it definitely
It noses up automatically.
So I got to stay on the throttle. Okay, let's see if I can bring this thing in safely. And go way out there. So I don't know how slow I'll be able to get it before it starts nosing up.
Just keep a little bit of throttle on it all the way till you get to the ground, and then shut it down at the last second.
Oh, come on, baby.
Down elevator, man.
Parachute.
Parachute landing, man. Sweet.
Up, down.
Okay guys, the maiden flight went okay. It definitely felt like it was really tail heavy. As soon as I let off the throttle, the back end was just really dropping out. So I definitely gonna have to do some modifications. Like I said, I've got the battery, really far forward already. So I'm probably gonna have to try and reduce some weight on the final design. I'm probably gonna chop these down a little bit, and same with the bottom. And the nose will probably be modified a little bit. I'll probably move the part where it kind of comes down. I'm gonna probably scoot that as far forward as I can, so we can definitely get the battery forward. But I think it's a pretty good test. It flew fairly well when I was on the throttle, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna probably do a little more modifications with this plane, add some weight and take it back up and see how it flies.
Might fly a little better on a calmer day too.
Yeah. All right guys, we're back from the field now, and just kind of looking at the way the plane flew. I think there's definitely some modifications I'm gonna have to do to the plane and kind of figure out the proper CG and adjust the design a little bit to hopefully make it fly a little bit better. Seemed like it was flying actually really good as long as I was on the throttle, but as soon as I let off the throttle, it seemed like the plane wanted to pitch up. So I'm not sure if that's just a CG issue. Might have been some of the high winds we were having. There was winds probably about 15 miles an hour, maybe even a little stronger up at the altitude that I was flying at. And it was blowing some of the other planes around a little bit, so that may have had an adverse effect on the way it flew out there that day. So I want to kind of get it back out there and test it on a nice calm day so I can actually feel the way it's really handling. But my initial thought is probably partially CG, so I may have to even scoot the CG a little farther forward. And I'm going to be trying to loosen up some of the design characteristics, maybe to reduce some of the weight at the back of the plane. And I'm not sure if maybe all this frontal area maybe is even pushing up the plane when it's not on throttle. Maybe the force of just the wind hitting it at the front is pushing it up. I'm not totally sure. Let me know what you guys think. Your thoughts and ideas why the plane would be, pitching up when I was off the throttle. Some of the things I read too is sometimes, like V-tail configurations, as you slow down, they'll lose a little bit of lift at the back. So that could be possibly part of it too. But overall, like I said, once it was flying at speed, it seemed like it handled, pretty much like any of the other planes that I've designed. So I think it's definitely got potential, but I do need to work out some of the issues of the flight characteristics. So we'll get it back out there on a calm day so I can hopefully get a little bit better diagnostics of the way it's flying. And then I'm going to be adjusting the design and building another one. So please stay tuned for the FF-Sabre Warrior. There will be more videos coming out for it. And stay tuned, guys. We've got more stuff coming up from rcFoamFighters soon.